Have you ever felt like your mind is a runaway train, speeding down a track of worries, fears, and endless what-ifs? It feels like you're trying to hit the brakes, but it just keeps speeding up, leaving you totally worn out and feeling trapped. That, my friends, is overthinking. It's like being in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Today, we're going to talk about how to get off that rocking chair, stop the mental noise, and start living a life filled with peace and positivity. Let's be honest. How many times have you worried about something for days, weeks, or even months, only for it to never happen? It probably happened, but honestly, it wasn't as terrible as you thought, right? Studies have shown that a huge percentage of our worries, something like 85 to 90%, are about things that will never materialize. We waste so much of our precious energy worrying about things that might never happen. It's like we're shelling out interest on a debt we might never actually owe, right? The trick to breaking this cycle isn't about shutting off your thoughts. That's just not gonna happen. Shifting your focus is the real game changer, you know? It's all about perspective. When you look at things differently, it can totally change how you feel and what you see, right? It's about consciously moving your attention from the darkness of fear to the light of faith, from the dead end of problems to the open highway of possibilities. Let me share a story with you. Think of a man. Let's call him Alex. Years ago, Alex made a significant mistake at his job. It wasn't world-ending, but in his mind, it was a catastrophe. For years, he carried that mistake like a heavy backpack. Every time a new opportunity came up, his mind would immediately start replaying that old failure. What if I mess up again? He'd think. What if they find out I'm not good enough? This loop of self-doubt kept him from applying for promotions, from speaking up in meetings, from taking any risks at all. He was trapped, not by his actual abilities, but by a memory he refused to let go of. He was living in a prison built by his own thoughts. His life was stagnant. He saw colleagues move forward while he stayed in the same spot, growing more resentful and anxious. The rocking chair was moving faster and faster, but he was going nowhere. One day, a mentor told him something simple but profound. "Alex, you can't drive a car forward by only looking in the rearview mirror." That clicked. He realized he had been so focused on the crash behind him that he hadn't even looked at the open road ahead. So he made a conscious choice. Every time the thought of his past mistake surfaced, he wouldn't fight it, but he wouldn't indulge it either. He would acknowledge it and then gently pivot his focus. He started asking himself different questions. Instead of, "What if I fail again?" he started asking, "What did I learn from that experience? How can I use that lesson to do better today?" He shifted his focus from the unchangeable past to the controllable present. He started taking small steps, volunteering for a small project, sharing one idea in a meeting. Each small action built his confidence. Slowly but surely, the weight of that old mistake began to lift. His life started moving forward because he chose to focus on what he could do now, on learning and improving, instead of replaying what he couldn't change. Here's another common trap of overthinking: the fear of loss. Imagine a woman named Sarah. She was in a wonderful, loving relationship. But instead of enjoying the beautiful moments, she was constantly tormented by the fear of it ending. What if he leaves me? What if this is too good to be true? Every moment of joy was tinged with the anxiety of its potential absence. She would analyze every text, every conversation, searching for signs of trouble that weren't there. The irony is that her constant fear and insecurity started to create real problems. Her anxiety made her distant and needy, pushing away the very person she was afraid of losing. She was losing her peace in the present moment because she was so terrified of a potential future pain. Her breakthrough came when she discovered the power of gratitude and trust. Instead of focusing on what she could lose, she started focusing on what she had right now. She began a daily practice of writing down 3 things she was grateful for about her partner and their relationship. When the fear crept in, she would consciously say to herself, "Today I am grateful for his kindness. Today I am grateful for our shared laughter." This didn't magically erase her fears, but it shifted the balance. It taught her to anchor herself in the reality of the present, not the fearful fantasy of the future. She learned to trust the process of life, to understand that she couldn't control everything, but she could control her response to it. By embracing gratitude, she not only found peace, but also strengthened her relationship. She discovered a resilience within herself she never knew she had. So how do we apply this to our own lives? How do we stop the mental spinning and find that quiet center? It starts with a simple, powerful declaration to yourself. I cannot control everything, but I can control my attitude. Say it right now. Feel it. This is your point of power. You can't control the weather, the traffic, or what other people think, but you can always choose your response. Here are some practical steps. First, when you catch yourself overthinking, label it. Simply say to yourself, "Okay, I'm overthinking right now." This simple act of awareness creates a little bit of space between you and the thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. Second, challenge the thought. Ask yourself, is this thought productive? Is it helping me solve a problem, or is it just spinning in circles? If it's not productive, give yourself permission to let it go. Imagine placing that thought on a leaf and watching it float away down a stream. Third, ground yourself in the present moment. Use your senses. What are 5 things you can see right now? 4 things you can feel? 3 things you can hear? 2 things you can smell? 1 thing you can taste? This simple mindfulness exercise pulls your mind out of the future or the past and plants it firmly in the here and now, which is the only place where peace exists. Fourth, take small, imperfect action. Overthinking often leads to paralysis. The best antidote to paralysis is movement. Don't know how to solve a huge problem. Just figure out the very next smallest step you can take. Send that one email, make that one phone call, go for a 5-minute walk. Action creates momentum, and momentum breaks the cycle of overthinking. And finally, fill your mind with positivity. What you feed your mind matters. Listen to uplifting podcasts. Read inspiring books, watch videos like this one. Practice gratitude daily. Think positive thoughts on purpose. Your mind is like a garden. If you don't intentionally plant flowers, weeds will grow automatically. You have to be an active gardener of your own mind. Remember, peace is not the absence of problems. It is the ability to cope with them. Peace begins the very moment you decide to stop fighting a war with your own thoughts and instead choose to be their compassionate leader. You are in control. You have the power to shift your focus, to choose gratitude, and to build a life not defined by worry, but by wonder. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one step you'll take this week to stop overthinking? Sharing your journey can inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our future conversations. Until next time, be kind to your mind.